Hello there, welcome back. It's still the Bridge TV show, your compelling link in a changing world. On Saturday at the Low Meridian Ibom Hotel and Golf Course, something huge, something massive, something spectacular happened. And just like we said on the eve of that Saturday, it ended up true to our permutations, what has never been in the history of Akwa Ibom State. The setting was just marvelous and the entire atmosphere was electrifying. And I tell you, even the governor was pleasantly surprised at what he saw. It was the maiden, the presentation, public presentation of the maiden outing of Pt.8.mp4, the revolution. I prefer to refer to her like, in such a manner because of what I even saw myself. So today on the program, we bring the duo of the artists ourselves and the chairman of the committee that successfully executed that project. And so it's my pleasure to welcome on the Bridge TV show yet again evangelist Patience Christopher Ibanga Akpabio, otherwise known as Pt.8.mp4. So good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I didn't know you were my sister until that day.
What
Somebody
happened?
does whisper into my ears, do you know she's from Ikono?
I
I said, hey, so Tweko Charles man, I sneaked into Ikono and took a precious joy without caring to fully consult. Tweko man, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you
Welcome.
very much. It's
So
a
good to have
pleasure. You know, we follow all the formalities.
Oh, you
all
did.
the
But I wasn't part of that. And you know, those
Yeah, maybe you were in
the part I missed,
diaspora.
the
there.
part that I missed, I'm going to, I'm going to take it
No,
back.
it's always continuous.
right.
It's a
It has
continuous
never
thing.
stopped. It's
That's
a
right.
continuous
Okay.
thing.
Congratulations, Pat.
Thank you.
As I said, it was wonderful. It
Thank
was
you.
just spectacular.
Thank you.
And you forgive me when I added something to your name, but the revolution Akpabio. Now, it's one thing for those of us who saw what we saw to really use some superlative adjectives to describe it, and it's entirely another thing for the person at the center of it all to say, I was impressed, I was satisfied with what happened. What's your assessment of the entire thing?
Well, to God be the glory. That's all I can say. You know, like, I surprised myself, honestly, because the energy that came out of me, whoa. That was, because I finished, I was still full of energy, I was still ready to go. Like, no, let's not stop the show, let's keep going, you know? It's like, I really got into it, but I would say it was terrific.
Okay.
It was terrific. It was
That's the
wonderful.
right word.
Yes.
But Tweko man, you came in here on Friday, that was on the eve of that day, and you told us you had provision for only 1,000 tickets. But at the last count, from the sketchy count that I had, I think we had more than 3,000 people in that hall.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You see, a situation that you cannot control, it was quite beyond our control.
That's
You
it.
know, even when we were here, people were calling that they want to be there, they want to be part of it. There's no way you have stopped people from being part of good thing.
Okay.
And so, by the grace of God, I would thank the management of the Meridian for allowing us. You saw the overflow was more than the provision we made on the ground.
Okay.
But by the grace of God, like Jesus fed, thousands of people, we were still having made provision for 1,000 people and more because we thought of the, flow. And then, by the grace of God, we were able to go around all the people that were there, and by the grace of God, it went out well.
Okay. It's time for us to go pay one bill. Let's give due respect to the person that deserves it. The Chief Whip Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly is the one that sponsors all our interview segment. Little commercial from him will do the magic. We'll come back, and by the time we come back, 2 phone numbers are going to be on your screen. Do well to hook onto the phone numbers. Be a part of this show celebration even here on TV, and identify yourself with that which is good, that which comes from the shores of the state. The break, and we're back in no time. Welcome back. It's still the Bridge TV show. On the program today, we have Pt.8.mp4, a great music artist of international repute, and he's being joined by Tweko Charles who happened to be the chairman that superintended over the maiden edition presentation of our album, tagged. What's the title? There were so many good songs in it. Sometimes I think sometimes you are even confused yourself which one you should really take as the title track of that.
Right on time.
Right on time. Okay. Right on time. Now you did different sessions. I think at the last time they had about 3 sessions. And anytime you came out, you were a different person altogether. And you came out, you continued to stun the entire crowd. You never lose any beats of your voice.
No. I never did, and that I owe to my doctor, Dr. Samuel Johnson, that is from the United States. He flew in, and he was right there with me. I actually had cough,
Oh, you did?
serious cough, because through the rehearsal and everything, he said I had some kind of bronchi infection or whatever. Before I actually got on set, he had to give me some shots to help me to clear up my vocal cords, my respiratory tract, to be able to actually sing. So I owe it to God. I thank God for giving me such favors to actually have my doctor on set.
Okay. And the chairman, this is your quintessential chairman, also presented, made a speech that shook the entire hall. Was it a part of the spirit that radiated that inside the hall?
You're right. It was part of the spirit because it was not even a planned speech.
It wasn't? It wasn't written?
I didn't write.
Okay.
I didn't write. Because I like taking what I see there and then make something out of that. So it was just the spirit, what was flowing, because we were singing for God. So anything that was down there was of God, and it flowed.
Okay.
It's just like that.
Now, that's the revolution. That's Pastor Claudio on stage. It was something else. And it brought back reminiscences of some of the things we watch on international channels, and we only could thank God that it came back to Akwa Ibom. Now, let's look at music and the Akwa Ibom family. Even if the governor said it was a little bit pleasantly surprised at what he saw, but it's like it's a good match that you're now coming to the Akwa Ibom family, given the lineage, given what you've always known the family to stand for as far as music is concerned. Is it a compliment? Is it to complement what you already came to meet?
Yeah, I would say it is, because for a minute there, the music scene kind of just went, quiet, and then we have the political thing coming up, and then we're back to the limelight again. Then I see myself as God just bringing me back to revive the music side of the whole of their family. Since the political part of it is there already, the music part had to come back alive, because King David was a praiser, he was a worshiper, and then of course he was also a king.
Okay.
So the Akabe family also have that. They have the king, then the priestly would also be used.
Okay. All right. Yes, Chair, you came in here and you told anybody that came to listen that it was not all about raising money, and it ended up not all about that, because if it was money, you would have gone for somebody that would bomb, and the whole show is done. But you still had some kind of people couldn't just suppress their passion to identify with what they saw. You want to declare what you had at the last count?
No, actually, there is no way, when we're talking about money, we don't like that. But I want to tell you, I was even surprised because it was not part of the program.
Yeah.
You read the program because it was printed there on what we were going to do. You didn't see anywhere any point where we talked about fundraising. Because since we're doing for God, there is no way we will not have it for. We have done everything that. But like you have said, inspirational. I tried to stop, but I couldn't because it flowed from God. So I couldn't stop. I said, why? It was not part of my program, so why is it coming? But when I saw the power that was above, I had to, a little submerge, That was how. But it went down good because it was total appreciation. Not coming from us, but flowing spiritually from the crowd. And if we have allowed time, then money would have ran.
All right, yes, the pastor that anointed you, evangelist, was on ground.
Yes, definitely.
You decided to flow him all the way from the United States to be a part of it.
Yeah, actually, she did not flow. I said the sponsors. We have our sponsors. Here, diaspora, and so on, people like good things. Okay. So she did not. She
didn't fly.
There are a lot of organizations, corporate organizations in the US and other parts that are sponsoring this program. It's not just about like the producers and so on and so forth. It wasn't born out of our pockets.
That's right.